Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Finance O'Clock. This is another opportunity for us to learn how we can improve our finances. It's a beautiful evening right here from the city of Lagos. I would like to know if you can see me, if you can hear me. I'd like to know where you're joining us from. You could type in the comment section your name and your location. Our guest for tonight is going to be joining us very, very soon. So tell your friends that we're going to be learning today specifically how to make money without quitting our job. For those of us that are into the career of teaching, you're going to learn how you can make more money without quitting your job. And it's an opportunity for you to, for those of us that have always looked for alternatives, right? You want to know if you should quit your job to go into business or looking for just different kind of opportunities to make more money. That's the kind of conversations we're going to be having this evening. So if you can hear me, I'd like to see your name and location. Abigail, thanks for joining us this evening. Charity, I can see you. Thanks for joining us this evening. Please confirm you can hear my voice, you can see me, I'm audible, and okay, just trying to check. All right. So I can see myself as well. So Jemima from Kaduna, thanks for joining us. Do you have any other person from the north? Our guest speaker tonight is actually from the north. Do we have anybody joining us from anywhere in Abuja, in Meduguri, Zamfara? Okay. Share on your Facebook status, share on your WhatsApp status. If you don't want to share on your page, tell your friends we're live. If you're in ML community, you can take a screenshot and share that we are live. A guest who's going to join us very soon. Please put in the comment section your name and location you're joining us from. Let's get to connect. Okay, so whilst we're waiting for our guests to join, today we're going to be talking about how to earn more money. Oluwasegun from Lagos, good to have you. We're talking about how to earn more money as a teacher without quitting your job. So we're going to expand the scope. The primary focus today is for teachers because our guest speaker is a teacher, but we're going to be talking as well to other people that are not teachers. Okay, so our guest is now backstage, so she's going to join us soon. I mean, not now. Okay, so we have
All
here
right.
Lucy. Good evening.
Good
Good to have
evening.
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, so thanks
How are
for
you?
joining us tonight on Finance O'Clock, guys. Lucy's here. Please like to see some reactions in the comments. You could just type, Lucy, I'm happy to see you. You can see she's well prepared for. She came looking all.
If they are not happy, I'm not talking.
Say what? Say
I
what?
said if they are not happy, I'm not talking.
So you have heard. Patience
If
from
you are not
Luxembourg.
happy, I'm not talking.
Please show
All right,
excitement so
I
that
want to
Lucy
see fire
can.
emojis.
Huh?
Fire emojis. I want to see fire emojis, please. After
Yes,
a
yes,
long
yes.
day, we need to see fire emojis. Energy up, up, up.
Yeah, yeah. Go, Miss Lucy. Thank you. So somebody's already hyping you. All right. So we need another reaction before we set the ball rolling. One more reaction. One more reaction. Okay. Apewe Akiemi. Good, good, good. We have Patience as well. Good, good, good. Thank you. Abigail, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we lost Lucy. I think she's going to be back again. I hope today is the day that MTN will not disturb us. Thank you, thank you. We love you, Miss Lucy. Thank you, guys. Jemima, good, good. Thank you, Abigail. Thank you. Okay, so I was saying earlier before she popped in, so we're going to be talking about how you can make more money as a career professional without quitting your job. How you can make more money as a career professional without quitting your job. If you're an ML community, you'd recall that we have said that this is the year where we are going to focus on making more money. And the reason why we are focusing on making more money is so that we can invest more money, right? So get ready, get ready. Tonight is going to be a very good night to learn. Okay, so for those of us that have not responded, you can put in the comment section your name and location you're joining us from. Name and location. So how many of us think that the only way to become rich is to start a business? If you think that the only way to become rich is to start a business, put in the comments section business. If you think the only way to become rich is to... Okay, Lucy, are we good to go?
Good to go. I don't know what happens with my network, but we are good. We are good. We are good. We're here.
All
We're
right,
here.
thank
We're
you. So,
here.
Lucy, I'm going to yield the floor to you now. First off, tell us about you. Why should we be listening to you this evening? I know you are a very powerful man, and I'd like you to share with us why we should be listening to you this evening. And then I'm asking you some questions. So this is going to be a very interactive session. For those of us that are joining us for the first time, Financial Clocks interactive session. I ask questions, and then my guest gets to answer the questions. Brightness from Delta State, good to have you. So if you have questions in the course of the session, please put them down in the comment section. I will take some of the questions as we progress in the session. Just depends on how the questions come, and then we're going to take some at the end as well. Our hard stop is 9 p.m. So, Lucy, over to you.
Okay, good evening, everybody. This is a very exciting session for me because it's one thing I like to do. I'm a teacher, I'm an early years teacher, and I enjoy teaching, to be very honest. I've been in the teaching profession for about 10 years, so I've been working with children for a long time. So, if you're thinking, why should you listen to me? I am a teacher, actively in the classroom as a teacher, and then I have other sources of income, not just my teaching. I've heard it over and over again that teachers are not being paid well, teachers are suffering, teachers are so many things. But that, I told myself, that is not going to be my story. So I am going to be telling you things that I've done, things that people in my community are doing, and things we are still doing. So if I were you, I would get my pen and my book to write. So even if you are not a teacher, right, I bet you that you will get one or two things that you can begin to apply, because of course there's something we call in education that we say knowledge is transferable. You can take the knowledge that you have in one field and move it to another field and still produce results. You can apply it and adapt it to your situation. So if you're ready, let me see ready, ready in the comment section. I want you to write and type ready, ready in the comment section. Ready, ready in the comment section. Okay, let me see your fire emojis, everybody. Ready, ready in the comment section. Now that I've told you who I am and what I do, yes, I do what I do because I love the impact that I make to children, not just children, and the families. I always tell people who ask me why I became a teacher that one reason why I'm a teacher is because I have the ability, the rare privilege to mold lives. I don't get to see the children I teach as just a child. I see them as foundation to the society. I know that right now in the country, or maybe in some parts of the world, the teaching profession has been relegated to the back, right? We don't get to see that teaching is that profession that people resonate with or accord that respect to, right? But if we sit back to think critically, each one of us, every one of us on this call, you have passed through a teacher, whether at home or in school, you have gone through a teacher. And I want you to think back. I want you to think back. Your experiences in primary school or in secondary school, you had one teacher that you liked, right? Just think back. One of your favorite teachers, just think back. You always remember that there is a particular teacher that made you realize that you can be more, made you realize that you can do better, or made you realize that you love a particular subject and you began to do so well. If you think back, you will realize the importance of teachers. So that's one beautiful reason why I do what I do, because of that impact, that transformation that I'm giving to lives, that transformation, that impact I'm making to individuals' lives and their families. Come on. I hope that as I've spoken now, you will decide that, oh, I'll go back to teaching. If you are a teacher and you decided to run out of the field, right? Okay, okay. All right, I can see you're already ready. I can see they are ready. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this.
Thanks, Lucy, for that fantastic introduction. I love the fact that you said you do what you do for impacts. It's quite very interesting because a lot of people don't have an idea of why they're doing what they're doing. And that's why
Yeah.
it's difficult for them to even make progress. Because if you know that you're doing certain thing for the transformation of other people's life, you would always have that drive, that energy, that fire to want to continue. I'm sure Lucy was in the classroom today and she's here. You can imagine if you have been a teacher before, you understand how it can be, would I say, stressful in quotes to coordinate the classroom and then after close of work still come up and show yourself online on social media and stuff. So I've followed Lucy, or maybe we have followed each other for a while now. I think first, like when she joined ML community, I found her on Instagram that she followed me. and then later found ourselves on Facebook. This is one of those rare teachers that show up on social media actively. Most teachers, or let's say most career professionals, think that social media is not for them. People think that social media is for the unemployed people, it's for people that are not working in the professional space. That is for unserious people. And so that's why they often relegate themselves. So, but Lucy is not one of those, and it's so good to have her here this evening. So, Lucy, the first question I have for you here is many people think that they need to quit their job before they can make more money. Especially in Nigeria, they say, "Oh, my job pays me so small. Let me quit my job and go and start a business so that I can make more money." So, what do you think about that thought? Is it true that to make more money, especially if you're a teacher, you have to quit and go and start up a business, or there are other ways around it?
Thank you for that question. I'm going to say that, to be honest, quitting your job before you start a business is kind of, except you have that faith in yourself that, okay, you are ready to start. And then, to be honest, there's nothing that is guaranteed. Life is a risk, right? Life is a risk. So even if you quit your job, you are in a bigger risk of what may happen at the end. You are in a bigger risk of what may happen in the end. So, to be honest, you do not have to quit your job before you get started with anything that you decide to do. In fact, I see it as working at your job and doing every other thing that you do on the side is a leverage. For instance, it's like having a plan A and plan B. You have your job, which you are actively working at, your plan A, and then your plan B can be your side hustle, right? It can be anything that you do on the side to earn an extra income. And if your plan B has become so big, you can let go of your job now and then make your side hustle your main hustle. I don't know if you get my point there. Okay, so before you think of quitting your job, ensure that you have structure. One thing that makes people to quit their job is that out of desperation, they rush looking for one thing or the other, thinking that the next big thing is their business that they are running into. Meanwhile, it's been said that most businesses for the first 5 years do not survive. Why? It's because there's no structure. So if you have not started your side hustle, or if you've not started that thing that you want to do, or your extra income source, and figured out your system, your process, and all that, I'm so sorry. If you rush and you quit your job, which is providing you seed for investing in your side hustle, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to announce to you that you may be heading for failure. Except in some rare cases, right? In some rare cases where you know that you are able to build from the scratch. Maybe you are a startup guru and you are able to keep at it, even if when things become difficult. If you're able to keep at it, that's fine and good. Maybe you are graced in that area, that's beautiful. But I would advise anyone who is looking to increase their income that you start by experimenting. Your job gives you leverage, right? So you can experiment on the side, right, while having results on your side hustle. So you know where to pivot, or you know if the hustle that you're hustling is a useless hustle. Do you get my point? So I would really advise that you experiment. You try out, you build system. And one thing that does for you is that, number two, it saves you from desperation. You know, most times when people quit their job, they begin to feel like they do not have enough time, especially if you have not planned so well before quitting your job. They do not have enough time. The next thing they're looking for, when they hear that, oh, this investment is going to give you 30% returns in 3 months, they run there. And before you know, they have lost their capital, they have lost their money. It begins to make people so desperate that they do not have the time to think through the process. They do not have the time to think through the process before they continue. So I would advise people on this call right now, and whoever will watch it later, that you need to sit down, think through your process, and ask yourself, Am I ready to quit my job? While your job provides you seed capital, and as well as you may look for other people who will support your business, you can also experiment on the side. You can find out what works for you, what is not working. It gives you that liberty to experiment and tweak it over and over again. I hope I've answered this question, CH. I hope I answered it very well. Clear enough. Is that clear? Please,
Yes,
if you are
yes.
here on the chat, please put loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear.
You answered it very well. And you know what's interesting is how you put it. You said your job provides a seed capital for you to
Yeah,
invest in your side hustle, your side business. And that's what some
exactly.
of us forget. I attended a session recently, a live session, where the speaker was one of the speakers was saying that she was passionate about helping people as well. And what she was doing, I can't really remember the niche, but she was organizing physical events and she was using her money to host those physical events because she was very passionate about
Exactly.
it. But then
Mhm.
she forgot that it was actually a salary that was sponsoring those events. So she was seeing growth in the number of people attending the event and it was free. And then she decided to quit her job. She thought she was ready. This stuff is making sense. So she quit her job. And then the first time she said, let her put a fee on the sessions. One of the session, very small fee, I think it was 5,000 naira. She did marketing for a very long time, for about did she say 2 months or so? Nobody bought any tickets. This is the
Oh
same
no.
person that had people coming around to attend our sessions for free. But when she put a a fee to it, they all had away.
Yeah.
That's when it now became clear to her that it was actually a job that was
Yeah.
financing a passion, or would I say, a side hustle. So it's very important that you figure it out first, have a structure. Because some of us, we're going to start up businesses that do not have, the longevity. Just driven by maybe success that somebody else has or just annoyance. Some of us were so angry with our boss that any opportunity we just want to, get out. So don't be in a hurry. Lucy has said here that you can find other opportunities to make money on the side before you get out. And you can be lucky enough that that side will become so big that it will not start making more money than your primary job. And then at that point, you can quit when you see that there's a continuous growth pedestal. So Lucy, I'm having a question for you here. So as a salary earner, right? What would you
Yeah.
say is the fastest way? Or let me not even use the word fast. Right? What are the options now that you can for a career person, say a teacher? What are the options that they can use to increase their income without quitting their job? So you could say one for general career oriented people, and then maybe another one or two for teachers specifically.
Thank you. Okay, so really, one should I say the fastest way? The easiest. Let me because I don't think there's a fastest way because everybody's journey or everybody's financial journey is different. So that it's fast for somebody does not mean it will be fast for you. You might be in the same field, right? You might be doing the same thing as another professional. However, your outcomes or your results will be different. So let me say the easy way, let me use that word, the easy way to boost your income, to get your projects or to get your extra source of income, the easiest way is to start by the skills you already have. What do I mean by that? Starting by the skills that you already have means that, okay, for example, for myself, let me use myself as an example. One of the skills I already have is teaching. So the easiest way, or something that comes very easy for me from my sleep or as I'm walking along the way, the easiest thing that comes for me is teaching. So if you ask me, teaching children. So if you ask me what is it that I can do right now to make money, the first thing that comes to my head, oh, I can teach children and I can get the box. So that one is like drinking water for me, right? So think about yourself right now. In that paper that you're holding and your pen that you have or your notepad, think about yourself. What's the easiest thing that comes to you that you know that when you do, someone can pay you money? That's the thing. For you, it might be drawing it. For the next person, it might be singing. For another person, it might be writing a book. For another person, it might be content creation. So what is the first thing that you have as a skill that you know that if they wake you up right now, you can do it with ease, right? Begin to work on that. So you might be an accountant. It's easy for you to crunch numbers. Begin to start from there. Start from what you already have. Don't go about looking for what is not lost yet. Okay, so even if you are trying to build your system, so you are trying to build something as a side hustle, or you want to transform or change your field, or move from one career to another, you can still leverage on the skills that you already have. You don't need to start going to take another big course, right? Or paying or waiting for another 6 months before you get what you need to get. If you want to start now and start today, you need to start with the skills you already have. You can monetize it, and you can monetize it. One of the ways you can monetize it is by what I'm doing right now. You can speak at webinars, you can host conferences. Like CH said, someone was hosting conference at some time ago, until she decided to monetize it, and then she realized that really the people who were coming, they wanted free things, right? You can start by doing all those things. And another thing you can do as a professional is something I see and I love. I'm going to call this Doctor Content Creator. What's his name? Aproko Doctor. He does it a lot. You can share your knowledge. By sharing your knowledge, you're letting people know that this and this and this. You're showing people that you're an expert in this area. So when you begin to share your knowledge to people for free, at the beginning, they will begin to see you as an expert, as the professional that you are. Nobody knows a silent professional. Please write that down. Nobody knows a silent professional. So you can be the best in your field as long as you are not showing your work. Nobody will know. And you will just be sitting down in your house or in your office, and you will be upset, especially for those of us who work in offices, right? You'll be upset that I know more than this person, and this person is the one getting the promotion. It doesn't work like that. You need to document your wins, even if it means that you moved someone from A to B, right? You move someone from point A to point B with your help. Please document it. That's one of the reasons why I like LinkedIn, even though sometimes it can be exhausting. But when you enter LinkedIn or you go to that social media, you will hear people saying that, oh, today I got my first big deal. I got my first 100,000. I got my first 50,000. And it motivates you to do more. And it encourages you to keep sharing your wins. I have seen that it is a strategy. Keep sharing your wins. Share your wins. For us who are teachers, right? Share your wins on how you are able to help that child who finds it difficult to understand numbers and is now doing well. Share it. Blow your trumpet. Nobody will blow it for you. If you keep quiet, nobody will know you. So you need to share it, especially we professionals. We just get to sit back and relax and just think, oh, our salary is enough. And again, I must add that some workplaces, right, they make it difficult for you to show up online. You need to also understand your work environment. If you are a professional, you need to know those things that are acceptable, because of course, if you are working in a firm that does not allow you to share, people's personal results, you should find a way of sharing that result. You should find a way. For example, as a teacher, we have policies in my organization. I cannot share pictures of the children who I teach. I can't share those pictures. So I follow those rules or those policies whenever I'm sharing, and I make sure it's anonymous. I do not use the children's name, but I know that these things happen. So don't fold your hand and say, oh, because in my workplace, they say, do not share an information, or do not share the wins or the success and stuff that you have. Learn how to tell your stories. Learn how to tell your stories in a way that it's going to relate and also reflect your values. Please let me not go on and on and on. Please, I'm going to ask you questions at the end of this. Those of you on the live session, I'm going to ask you questions. So I hope you are writing. I hope you are writing. I hope you are
Thank
writing.
you, thank you so much, Lucy. I've heard a couple of people that say that their profession does not allow them to market themselves. So, and most people that say this are lawyers, doctors,
Yes,
but we have seen in
yes.
recent time that some persons have found a way to market themselves, right? You see, you talk
Mhm.
about Apoko doctor, look at became ambassador for the Nestle or so, collect a lot of money based on sharing his knowledge consistently on social media in a way that appeals to people. And there's this other lawyer that's it's my friend on Facebook. In fact, her husband has been here, I think earlier this year, Barinada Alexei Nacho. She's in the legal space, right? That same space that people say they're not allowed to advertise. She has this business structure program that I think the last time I checked, that program is about 400,000 just to teach people or teach
Mhm.
founders how to structure their business legally. But before she could come to the point of asking these founders to pay her 400,000 for the program, she had to putting up her knowledge online, and that made that to seem like an authority, like Lucia said, because some of us did not know me 3 years ago. I mean, the few of us that are here this evening is because you think that I'm an expert. I know what I'm doing. But the only reason why you feel that way is because I've been consistent. So some of us are waiting to become perfect before we start. You don't have to, right? So start what you have, the skills you have. Lucy has said, don't go and try to start another business that you have no knowledge about because your friend is winning there. Start in the area that you have mastery. You have been a career professional for 10 years, either law, engineering, medicine. In fact, one of my friends, did something very recently. He's a doctor. He set up something new. In fact, it's even ML community, and he's doing an online consultation for patients. He's a doctor, but he's doing online consultation. And in fact, he's doing it free for the first 30 minutes, and then you get on a retainer program. Exciting stuff. So there are lots of opportunities for us that we can actually utilize. So let me ask you a very direct question, and this is for teachers, right? In your experience of teaching, say of teaching for about 10 years,
Yeah.
what would you say is that opportunity that is most underutilized by teachers, especially in 2026 now? That opportunity that you think that more teachers are missing out on this. This is what they should be doing, but they are not doing it.
Let me take a deep breath first. I feel like, let me even start. I want to drag teachers. We teachers, right? We are good at shouting about how the system is bad. It's not today that this, in fact, it's not today that the system has been bad. The people who have enjoyed the beautiful part of the system, right? They have enjoyed it. But now that we are here, right? And I believe that almost every profession is suffering this right now. And currently, doctors are suffering that right now. Not only teachers. Yeah, we're shouting, we're underpaid, we're shouting, oh, infrastructure is poor, we're shouting, we don't have the resources that we need to teach, we're shouting. It's not only teachers, doctors too are experiencing the same. I don't know about the legal field or the other engineering, I don't know, but I'm very sure that doctors too are also experiencing the same. So one of the things I would say to teachers is, number one, right? Let's stop complaining alone about the system. One thing I began to tell myself since 2023 is that, Lucy, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save you. Learn it that nobody is coming to save you. So in that field where you are, that you are shouting, even the government, they are still looking for money. The government is still looking for money. So that government that you are shouting, that they should come to your rescue, they're still owing billions and billions of naira on dollars wherever they are borrowing from. And it's so sad that when I say the teaching profession, I'm not just talking about primary school teachers, secondary school teachers, even lecturers. I've had lecturers go on strike more recently. And why are they even going on strike? Why is ASU always going on strike? The problem is the salary. So the teaching profession obviously is suffering from poor remuneration from the university, in fact, from the play group level all the way to the university. All teachers are not having it good. Okay, now that we have found ourselves in this situation, what can we do to take ourselves out? What can we do while we're still waiting for the systems and the structures to be in place? What can we do to take ourselves out? Number one that comes to mind for we teachers, whether you're a lecturer or a secondary school teacher, the first thing that comes to mind is utilizing the online space. I am so glad that we are in 2026. There's a lot happening. Thank God that it is not 1990 something where we did not have the internet, or where we did not have the leverage that once you have a phone like this, that you can just press play and record yourself. Thank God now things are easy. Things are way easy for you. You can begin by teaching online. There are so many teachers who are making so much by teaching online. And you don't even have to have one big technical skills before you begin to teach online. Number one that I spoke about earlier, use what you have. You already have the skill of teaching, right? Now bring that to people beyond your physical environment. Bring that teaching skill to people beyond your physical environment. In fact, your customers might not even be on your WhatsApp status or your WhatsApp contacts. They may not be there. Bring that skill to the internet, bring it to a global stage and utilize it. Tell people about what you do. Tell people that, oh, this is what I do and this is how I've achieved it. Like I told you earlier, share your results. So if you're coming online, you can start with as little as your phone, but I do not recommend that you remain on your phone. When you start teaching with your phone, you can move and start using the laptop if you don't have a laptop. But if you have a laptop, I would recommend you start with your laptop. Okay, the second thing that you can do to get this money, you see all those lesson plans that you spend sleepless nights to write. Oh my goodness, I can remember how I do back and forth with my line lead on lesson plans. You see all those lesson plans that you are doing back and forth. Do you know that there are people who pay for those lesson plans? If you have a way to put these things online, there are people who are looking for people who will help them write lesson plans. As we are teachers, there are so many skills that you have. You can plan. You can help edutech companies to plan their lesson. You can come up with scripts. There are so many edutech companies. Right now, as I'm saying this, I'm thinking of Duolingo. This is a language app that we use to learn languages. I try to think of the instructional designer there. I'm sure it's someone who is in the education sector that just thinks, okay, when someone wants to learn this language, let's start from this level and progress to that level. Of course, it's going to be a teacher. If that is your field, if you are strong in an area, you can begin to pitch to companies, edutech companies. All those your lesson plans, do not just keep them. All those your resources that you have made. I remember one school that I taught. I have to, because of the way my line leader is so particular, I had to learn how to create worksheets. And those worksheets, I put them up for sale. You can sell those worksheets. You can sell PDFs. You can sell PDFs to parents, to teachers, for the children. You just need to think outside the box. There's so many ideas. There's so many ideas, honestly. You can do webinars where you teach people what you already know. So instead of us sitting down and shouting and screaming of how you're still collecting some meager amount, you can do something. You can help yourself. Start from where you are. Those are your lesson plans. You can monetize it, you can sell it. Look for those platforms, and thank God for social media. Honestly, I cannot say that enough. Thank God for social media. Social media has become a leveler for most of us. It has given us a platform to teach people in our bedrooms, to reach out to sell our products from our bedrooms. Like, you don't have to do so much. All you need to do is sit down, schedule your time, make sure that you're producing quality content, right? And if you love to teach, you can also pre-record your teaching. That's going to be for higher learners, those people who are in the universities. You can pre-record your teaching, like something that the community head is doing with the Money Lessons Academy. You can sit down, you know you're good in this field as a teacher, sit down, pre-record your classes, put them up on platform. You can explain, if you teach exam classes, you can explain difficult topics for students and send to their parents. They should come and pay a subscription fee. Give results, please. I think I'm shouting too much. Please, let me stop here. I think I'm shouting too much. I hope you're still writing down. I do hope you're still writing down. I do hope we're still writing down.
Thank you so much, Lucy. I love the energy that's in the room right now, guys. I hope we're learning. For those of us that just joined us, this is Finance O'Clock, and I have with me Lucy Oche, Oche. We're talking about how to earn more money as a teacher or as a career professional without quitting your job. So now we're talking about teachers, right? How they can come online to teach people that are not in their physical environments. And you talked about having a need for laptop, and if you don't have laptop, you can start with your phone. So apart from laptop, are there other tools that one needs to have on the laptop, or how can they communicate, teach via the laptop? Having laptop is one thing, knowing how to use it and that thing. What are those tools that are the basic for a teacher to start teaching online?
Okay, thank you. So for me, the basic, if you have a laptop, I think that's like a huge win. You must have steady internet, right? You want to reach out to people beyond your location, right? And some people are in regions where they have good internet speed. Please make sure you try to get an internet, maybe a Wi-Fi or MiFi, which one, or something that works for you. And you need to invest in I shouldn't make the list so long, right? But I would call out the basic things that you would need. So if you have a laptop, you need to learn how to use teleconferencing apps, whichever one works for you. You should know how to use it. You should know how to navigate these teleconferencing apps. You can use Zoom, you can use Google Meet, you can use Microsoft Teams. There are a lot, right? And you need to know how to engage your learners. Beyond knowing the content, right? You need to know how to engage your learners online. There's something I say teaching in the physical classroom is quite different from teaching online. When you are teaching online, you need to come with the energy so that the person on the other side of your screen will be able to absorb that energy and enjoy your lesson, right? So just imagine that you are teaching someone on the other side of the screen and you're not coming with energy. There's no way that class will be interesting. Beyond the content, you need to know how to engage your learners on the other side of the screen. That's even if you are having a pre-recorded class, or you're having these lessons, you want to pre-record and have it down. Make sure that you have your energy spot on. You don't want to come online and look all drabby or not giving a vibe that your learners will want to engage in. That's another one. So aside knowing how to use teleconferencing apps and knowing how to navigate through these apps, make sure you have power supply, and your power supply, at least Your laptop should be able to carry you for the hours in which you are working. And if you are still working your full-time job, that's your 9 to 5. But for teachers, I don't call it 9 to 5. I usually say 8 to 4, or for some schools, 7 to 4, right? Even if you're still doing all those, make sure that you have a system that can carry you for the period in which you will be online. That's if you don't have steady power supply. Okay, if you do not have steady power supply, make sure you have that, and have extra source of lightning, because there's no point you teaching and you are sitting in a very dark space. Make sure you have at least basic lighting where your learners can get to see your face, because of course it builds engagement. It feels like you are talking to them. And if you are shy, I used to be camera shy, but now I'm shouting. Let me shout this one. If you are camera shy, please throw that in the dustbin 2026. You need to learn how to sit in front of the camera and face the camera. Talk to the camera like you are talking to your friend. When you do this over and over again, I'm telling you, it's going to be super easy for you. So learn how to focus on the camera, speak to the camera, so that your learners can feel your energy. Okay, I think these are the basic things. But if you're a maths tutor, if you teach all the calculation subjects, you need to get something we call a graphic tablet. It's a graphic tablet that can help you write on your screen, and you should know how to use a whiteboard, of course, so that you can show your workings on the digital whiteboard. I think that with that, you are good to go. You should start printing money online.
Thank you, thank you. Number one, this is not number one, but that she said, but I think number one is energy. Guys, you can't come online with feeling like the whole world is on your head. Even if the whole world's on your head, you cannot afford to come online looking tired, looking grumpy. I'll tell you, I had a really long day today, and
God.
just before this session started, I wasn't looking this way. Lucy will not tell you, right? When we had the mic test, I wasn't looking this, would I say, looking this energized. But yeah, I am. So I have to work my mind into presenting this way. So it's very key, right? Come online with energy. Otherwise, your audience is going to slip off on you. The people you are trying to teach are going to walk away from you. Communication is very, very important, even if you have that knowledge. And then don't be shy about the camera, right? Many of us today that sit before camera to speak, to teach, to share our knowledge, we're not this good at the beginning, but we faced our
Exactly.
fears, and then we have overcome them now, right? So before I ask Lucian that question, so I don't take all the shine. I'm not the one asking all the questions. I want to give us the opportunity to ask a question, so you can type in the chat box. If you're just joining us, this is Financial Clock. This is a weekly, what I say, show. It's a learning show. We come to learn on how we can improve our finances. Last week we talked about stock markets, and this week we're talking about how to make more money as a career person without quitting your job. It's your first time on Money Lessons YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, share. I also share long videos once in a week that also would help you to get better in managing your finances. So thanks for joining us this evening. I can't see any question yet. Who's going to take the show? Yes, somebody is writing. I can see Patience. She has been writing. Monetize your lessons. So now, Lucy, we've talked about how teachers can come online or career professionals can come online to share their knowledge, to teach people what they know, to monetize the existing skills they have. People often say that, oh, it's easier said than done. I mean, but some of us are doing it already, right? What are those challenges that you had in the beginning that wanted you to just give up and focus on your teaching job? I mean, you're already facing a whole lot of stress from your supervisor at work, from the students at work. It's very easy to just say, oh, I beg, I cannot come and keep myself. Let me just gonna, what are those challenges that you had, and how have you been able to overcome them? Or maybe for the ones that you have not yet overcome, what is the process that you are taking to overcome these challenges?
Okay. Hmm. Thank you. The number one challenge I had coming online is number one, there's this mental barrier that we have as teachers. I don't know, people just feel like teachers' reward is in heaven. I don't even know how to explain that thing, but anytime I hear that thing, I get upset. I just feel like is a lie that they decided to be telling teachers so that we will not strive for something big. And whoever started that lie, oh, God will judge you. God will judge you. So I just feel like most times they just, that mental picture or that mental barrier that teachers have, most times we just get to think we're not supposed to charge for our service. You want to teach, they will tell you you should teach for free. Don't worry, it's only God. When they even tell you, some people will come and tell you, oh, this thing that you are doing so well with the children, but it's only God that will pay you for me. Please, can you start paying me my money from here? Is it the one that they pay me in heaven and we used to pay house rent here? Can start paying me my money here, right? So now I had to like do that mind reset for myself that okay, I am giving value and I will charge for my value. And I will get the worth, at least monetary worth that I have fixed for this value that I'm bringing. So I'm telling teachers now, please stamp and tear that mindset of your reward is in heaven. You can have it here and you wait. When you get to heaven, you will collect that one too. Okay? You can start having your reward here. Because when you go to the market to buy your groceries, you do not go there and say, my reward is in heaven. Give me some groceries now. When I get to heaven, I'll pay you. So if you still have that mindset, please tear it down. It was difficult for me, but I had to tell myself often and often again that, okay, I need to charge for my services. And most times it's so difficult because teachers are not taught the business side of our work. Okay, so we have the art. We have very good teachers. They are good. They know how to give this knowledge. They know how to transfer it that even the child that does not even understand anything begins to understand. There's a magical touch that you have, right? But unfortunately, we are not taught that these things can become a business side. We are not taught that, oh, you can structure this to earn more income. So if you are still thinking that way, please bring down that limiting mindset that you have. You need to start working on your mind. Another challenge that I had was, self-doubt. Some days I will record videos. I still have that. In fact, my sister used to laugh at me. She'll say, on my device, I have like 100 videos which I have never posted. And it's true because sometimes I'm overthinking it. I'm overthinking to say, oh, I did not like the way my head was positioned, or I did not like the way I pronounced that word, or I did not like the way my face was looking. I was looking somehow, or I did so very, very silly things that are making you not to show up online. Please scratch that. If you're having those excuses, like I can give you 1,001 excuses why you should not even start showing up online. But scratch that. This year, my mantra that has been helping me, I tell myself and I tell any other person that cares to listen, and so your face is not looking the way it should look right now, and so post that content. You do not have, maybe for people who like fashion, you do not have the clothes to be changing. Wear the two clothes that you have and show up online consistently. If anybody drags you in the comment section to say, is it only one cloth that you have, respond and say, and so learn to have a thick skin to like a lot of things. And to be honest, when you come online, some people will drag you. There are trolls everywhere. You to learn to drag. So sometimes I even have fun when I am on the Money Lessons Facebook channel. The way he gives it back to those people who think that they don't have sense. You will have sense by force. So if you have a thick skin, if you don't have it, begin to build a thick skin. And if you have a thick skin, make it thicker. Close your ears to anything that anybody is saying and make sure that you push for it, right? Another thing that stops people from starting is the fact that they think that they need to have all the gadgets, or they need to have all the resources before they get started. Please, I just told you now, if you don't have a laptop, please start from where you are. You can start with your phone and you can graduate. If you do not have a microphone to do your content, that's okay. You are even a teacher, so you should be able to shout and use your teacher's voice, okay? If you do not have the resources yet, start with what you have. You know, I was telling my sister one time that, oh, I need a new microphone before I start my content. That was some time ago. And I realized that even when I got the microphone, it was not the microphone that was the problem, that was not producing content or video content before. It was me. I was just looking for excuses. So if you are looking for those excuses, you will have 1,001 of them. All right, so please ask your questions in the comment section. Please and please ask your questions in the comment section, because I'm a teacher, and if you do not ask me questions, I will ask you questions. All right, the last one, but not the least, make sure you have accountability partners. See, I just got a message from my accountability partners now. Make sure you have accountability partners in your field. So make sure that you have a community of friends who you are sharing what you will do. You see that big goal that you have, that, oh, by the end of 2026, I want to do so, and so, right? That by the end of 2026, you want to do something. You have people who will hold you accountable for that thing that you have said that you will do. And if you don't have those people that you want to hold your hand, you can come online again and share with everybody and say, from today, I want to start putting out one video every day, or you are doing a 50-day challenge, and people will hold you accountable. Of course, those trolls, tell them to come and drag you if you do not show up so time of the day, or if you don't post so and so, really. So those people who are in your circle, your inner circle, they will tell you this. You will tell them clearly, state the goals clearly, what you want to do, and break down those goals into daily activities. Daily activities, and you go back, be ready to be accountable. That's another thing that people do not do. Be ready to be accountable. Be ready to put yourself on that. Ask them that they should drag you and ask you how far this content that you said you are going to post, how far, what's going on, why haven't you posted? And stop giving yourself excuses. I understand that it's not every day that you have the energy to start and, be all up and doing, but as much as possible, avoid giving yourself excuses and try to keep a streak. What I mean by keeping a streak, if you say you want to do something for 30 days, try to make sure that you do not miss it, because if you miss one day, it's easy for you to slip back. It has happened to me. I think it happened to me last year. I missed a day before I knew what was going on. One day turned to 2 days, and I'm just giving an excuse to say, oh, I have something. 2 days turned to 1 week, and 1 month, for a full month. I didn't post anything on my social media because I had allowed my brain to think that, oh, I can relax, and that relaxation took 1 full month of being absent on social media. And finally, choose one platform that you are convenient with, okay, that wouldn't take so much stress to show up on. If you like to be a video person, yeah, fine and good, choose Instagram or TikTok, right? But if you are a text person, please, our advice that you go to Facebook or Threads. Facebook or Thread. Choose one platform. And LinkedIn. I can tell you for a fact that if you begin to show up as a professional on LinkedIn, you will get recommendations for jobs. You will get deals. You will get what's it called, partnerships from LinkedIn. If you like text, make sure you, as a professional, in fact, it's not even a negotiation. As a professional, you have to be on LinkedIn, please. And then you can add Facebook to it if you are a text person. I think Facebook makes it easier for you to even create content without so much energy or effort on that. But make sure you are giving out valuable content. All right, thank you so much. Since they've decided not to ask questions,
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
know
you
what
so
to do
much.
with this class. That means you understood everything I said. That means you all understood everything I said. Right, right.
Yes, you are very, very, very clear and audible. So I'll take it that they understood since we're with their professionals. I don't think I have any more question for you. So and we are already at 9 p.m. So guys,
Yeah.
I want to buy you guys 2 minutes. Maybe somebody has a question, doesn't know how to type it. Type it anyhow. As Lucy would provide an answer. One thing I took home from this last point you're sharing is getting an accountability partner. Very, very important. This is something that cannot be overemphasized. I talk about it every now and then. You know, some of us, we have intentions, but we're not able to turn those intentions to actions, right? So you need to get
Mhm.
somebody that would help you to stay consistent along the path that you desire to grow in. That person can be a coach, can be a mentor, can be a peer. You could even join challenges, right? So that you stay committed. Because the beginning of the journey is going to be very difficult, it's going to be very boring, it's going to be very stressful. You would have 1,001 excuses, right? I used to think that without a mic, I can't do um, a live
Content.
event. I mean, right now I'm not even using a mic, right? I used to think that if I don't have the best of camera phone, I can't shoot video and record. But sometimes I record videos without even editing. I put it like that, and I haven't started doing something very recently. I stopped editing. I stopped putting caption on some of my videos because I discovered that it was delaying my time in putting out the content. And I discovered that in fact, most of the videos without caption are the ones that people watched, the ones that had the most views. So why then am I now giving an excuse for not putting out content because I want to edit it, I want to make it fine? No. So don't wait to become perfect, right? Start from where you are. Is in the process of doing that you become perfect. Lucy, it's been a very, very beautiful evening with you this evening. I mean, I didn't even know that we'll get to 9. You were just dropping bombs here and there. Guys, if you missed this session, maybe join late. I'm going to leave it till 12 midnight so you can watch it again and so you can pick up some of the nuggets that Lucy has shared. She spoke specifically for teachers, but she also expanded to cover career professionals. So if you're not a teacher, maybe a doctor, you are engineer, whatever it is that you are, there's something to pick out from what Lucy has shared with us this evening. Somebody's asking, for a new online teacher, how can one navigate the space and keep learners engaged? I don't know if this is 2 questions in one or maybe the same question. For a new online teacher, how can one navigate the space and keep learners engaged? How can you keep learners engaged? I think you talked about that earlier on. So maybe she wants some insights into what you meant.
Okay, thank you for that question. So, for new teachers who want to keep learners engaged, to be honest, since it's online, number one, I said beyond the content, right? You need to have the energy. And for teachers, you should be able to, off with that energy, make the faces, do the voice modulation and all that. Make your class interesting, right? It should not just be a point where you just sit down all through. Of course, again, it depends on the level of your learners, right? Especially for children within the secondary, let's say secondary downward, learn to gamify your lessons. What I mean by gamify your lessons, that thing that you're teaching, that thing that you've written on the board and all that, you can make it into a game, an online game. There's so many platforms that you can create your own for free. I can't begin to list all that now. You can create your own game. You can create so many things. Get the children to send their feedback to you. Do all this with games. There's so many platforms. I can't begin to list all of them. It's a long list. But make sure, I must add this one. No matter the field that you are, you should also know how to make research and find information. No matter the course that you decide to take, right? Or maybe the upskilling you decide to do, it's not everything that your teacher will teach you. It's a skill to know how to search for information on the internet and find what will work for you. So this thing that I've just said now, make Google your friend. If there's anything you're looking for, go and sit down, ask Google. It will list a lot of sites. I'm telling you, you'll be the one that will be tired. Okay, you will find some free, some paid, some free, some paid. And if you're just starting, you can start with the free ones. All right, I hope this helps.
Okay, thank you for that, Lucy. Someone's asking here, maybe this is going to be your last question, and from this you could do a closing remark. Someone is asking if you train teachers. I think this is Patience. She has been one of those the session this evening that we very active. So, do you have an answer to that?
Sorry, please, I didn't get that question.
Do you
What was
train
the question?
teachers? Do you train teachers, like teachers that want to show up online to start teaching online?
I train teachers who are willing to learn. Right. Yes, I do train teachers who are willing to learn. However, for this year, I have not really announced that. Don't come and stress me.
Okay, so we lost Lucy there. I think that our internet has decided to work at this very point in time, or decided not to work. Uh, it's been a very beautiful evening. I want to appreciate every one of us that joined from the beginning and stayed to this very point in time. It shows that you are very committed to learning and you are committed to goods. There's a whole lot, that can happen in 1 year in your life if you keep showing up like this. Knowledge is good, but knowledge implemented is better. So all of the knowledge you have taken this evening, what I want us to do is to write out actions or steps that we're going to be taking in the next few weeks or few days. Things that you're going to do that will get you started with making more money with the current skills that you have, with the experience you have, expertise you have, knowledge you have for the rest of the year. See, there is no, would I put it? There's no barrier. The barrier to teaching online is very, very low. There is no, what do you call these people that always go around schools ensuring that they are registered or recognized, or can't remember what they call them. Nobody's going to police you online that you don't have license to teach. I mean, right now in Nigeria, nobody does that. You can see even in the personal space, every freaking week I see one person trying to talk about how to manage your money. There is no regulation. The entry barrier is very low. Anybody can show up, even if you think you don't have all of the knowledge or superior knowledge don't matter. Don't mind what people are going to say. In the beginning, your friends are not going to support you. In fact, your spouse too may not even support you. That's one interesting part because they don't understand what you're trying to do. So don't expect that when you start, you're going to get all of the support that you desire. No, not everybody's going to support. In fact, some persons would mock you. Some persons will laugh at you. Some persons will drag you on Facebook. If you follow me on Facebook, you can see I address those people. So, like Lucy said, you need to have a thick mind or a strong mind. If you already have a strong mind, you need to have a stronger mind because coming online is you telling people that I can do what you can't do. Some people, the reason why they drag those of us that shop online regularly is because they cannot do the things that we do. Most of them, if you go to their profile, is locked. Their profile is locked or their page empty. They have nothing there. So they are sad or they are feeling bad that somebody can, show up this confidently online and they can't. So don't let naysayers stop you from pursuing, that opportunity that you have discovered to make more money this year. Thank you, everybody. I I'm looking forward to see you in the next session. Next week we're going to have another amazing intellectual business person. I'm not going to mention his name right now, but just look forward to it. So if you have not subscribed on this channel, please do that now so that when we go live, turn on the notification as well so that when we go live, you are reminded in case you miss out the messages on Facebook or ML community. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye.